we go. I forgot about that. Hi guys, by the title of the video, but mainly because of this corkscrew, you know exactly where we are today. We're at Alton Towers, our home park, and the park that we visit most frequently. We do actually come here about twice a year. Today is not the best day for weather. There's a bit of rain forecast at 12 o'clock. Currently a lot of rides are shut due to weather, and I think that's mainly wind. But on his way here, we drove through Derby, that was 17 degrees. It's currently 13 degrees here. And if you see the sun come out and me still wear my hoodie, it's because I spilled coffee all the way down it. So yeah, we're just waiting for Steph. She's gone to the toilet, and then we're going to get in Alton Towers and see what's occurring. Hopefully it's not too busy today because the kids have gone back to school, but we'll see. Look at corkscrew. I do love how they kept that and put it outside the entrance. Beautiful. Despite all the times I've been to Alton Towers, I've never actually noticed that there's a stat board talking about the corkscrew on the entrance, right underneath the corkscrew itself. But yeah, that's really cool. Nice little bit of homage to the old corkscrew. And there we go, straight through the entrance into Tower Street, obviously. And it is Oktoberfest at the minute. So we're going to have a gander around, because we've never been to Oktoberfest. We've been to Scarefest 2 or 3 times, but we've never quite been to Oktoberfest. So this is new for us, and it is now raining. Only just spitting, but we'll see how it is. Let's have a look at queue times. Steph feels all very starstruck as well, because as we've just walked in, I don't know if you watch Theme Park Worldwide, but he calls Harry Styles, has just come up to me and said, "Oh, you've got nice vlogging kit. What's your channel?" Blah blah blah. And Steph were like, "Oh, it's Harry Styles. You've been on Theme Park Worldwide." So Steph look at a little smile. She's all very starstruck, bless her, just because she met a security guy at the entrance. Let's have a look at these queue times. Let's stand on a tree where it's dry. So we got Galactica, which is 5 minutes, Nemesis 5 minutes, Nemesis Subterra 5 minutes, Oblivion 5 minutes, Th13teen 5 minute, Rita 10 minute, Smiler 10 minute, Wicker Man 15 minute, which is a nice queue time. Luckily everything's open back up, so let's go and see what's occurring. I just thought as we walk past I'll show you Oktoberfest, because it'd be rude not to. We've decided we're going to head straight down to Smiler, because that usually has quite a big queue, so we're going to take advantage of it not having a big queue. Smiler was one of the rides that are closed, so that might be why it ain't got a big queue. But to be fair, the park's not that busy. You've just seen everything on the ride list, so we'll have to see how the day goes on, see if it gets any busier. Hopefully the rain will put people off, which is bad for the park but great for our rider experience. Oktoberfest in September, nonetheless. But I think they move it forward so then they can get on with Scarefest, which goes through September, doesn't it? Scarefest, September, October.
It starts
first week in October. But yeah, obviously there's a lot of preparation for that. So you got CBeebies Land on your right hand side there. And the downside of Oktoberfest is all this actually blocks the view of the whole house, Manor. And that is one of the things that sets Alton Towers different from every other park. I mean, we've been to parks all over, I won't say all over the world, but we've been to the We've been to big parks in Florida, we've been obviously parks in the UK, and the thing that really sets Alton Towers apart is when you walk through, you got Tower Walk, you got the lake in front of you, and then the Manor right in front of you, and that really does set a massive feeling. It looks so beautiful. And that was a slight bit of footage from Spinball, which, as you know, Harley doesn't like spinner, so it's not something that he's overly keen on. Just carry on our route to Smiler, and I am so gutted that you don't get the view of the Manor when Oktoberfest's on. But, you know, again, It's a big attraction, it's a big event, so you've got to make them sacrifices. And there she is, the beautiful manor of Alton Towers, that you can't really see because she's behind the trees. I'm sure we'll get more footage as we walk around the day. As I was saying at Thorpe Park last week, which is owned by Merlin, just like Alton Towers, at Alton Towers everything's segregated. You've got one ride here, you've got one ride there. It's not very intertwining like it is at Thorpe Park. So you find yourself walking back and forth quite a lot, especially if you're chasing with short queues like we do. There we go, X Sector, and then the Smiler. So let's get a bit of footage. I'm going to get most of the footage from underneath, I think, to try and save time. But let's get some footage and have a go. There you go, while that's there, I'll save me trying to remember the facts. It's a ride time of 165 seconds. World record holder for the number of loops, which is 14. It's got a 1,170 length track. It's got a maximum speed of 85 kilometers per second, and its highest drop is 30 meters. Not that you guys don't already know that. And I'm hoping, because I've got my bush mic on today, I'm hoping that that's not that's protecting us from the wind. It's that lift right there, the vertical lifts that Steph really don't like. And I think I mentioned this at Thorpe Park. I do actually like the lifts because the second lift in particular, it gives you time for Harley to stop being so dizzy. So let's see. Hopefully the queue ain't gone up too much, although there's a lot of people heading towards it. And like I said, it has just reopened, so you might get a lot of people. No, it's still a 5-minute queue. Happy days. You've got to love how the Smiler opens up to you. And a good benefit of the Smiler is, as I say, I like being round the roller coasters. And for the Smiler, you get to stand under it the entire queue time. And obviously this is the queue line that we're heading into now. And hopefully I won't have to mute it. That lift over here again, look. Catch up with Steph now, there's people behind me. Absolutely awesome. There's nothing better than roller coasters buzzing around your head. And then inside the Smiler, in the queue line, just as you get inside, before you go upstairs. And I really like this because these graphics have actually come out of a wall, which are projected onto, which is a nice little addition. You can't beat a good bit of theming. And I don't know if you noticed then, but we passed through a turnstile, and basically you queue up to there. That's where the fast tracks come up to. You've also got a single rider's queue, which is currently shut. But yeah, you queue up to there, and that's where the fast tracks enter. You queue up these stairs, and you're straight into the loading bay.
can't pull out my mirror.
Smile.
That's not right.
And then all the merch throughout the Smiler shop. Smiler's merch is always on point, and it is one of the big rides that attracts a massive queue. Whenever you come to Alton Towers, Smiler is generally the one that's got the biggest queue. So let's get outside and let's talk about the Smiler, because that was actually the first time we've ever been on the front. So babe, that were two very first. First time we've been to Alton Towers in rain. I think you came with Stacey in rain, didn't you? First time I've ever been in rain. It's our first time I've ever roller coaster in rain, ever. I've just been really lucky. But that was first time on the front, babe. What did you think?
I think it was one of the best rides I've ever done.
See, interestingly, I don't like Smiler that much. I'm not into Smiler. It's a great ride, but it's just not something that I rave about. However, that changed because it's the first time we've ever been on the front row of a Smiler. And oh my god, if you're not keen on the Smiler, or even if you are keen, you have to do the front row at least once at your time at Alton Towers, because that were an incredible ride, weren't it?
Yeah, I still don't like the vertical lift hill though.
I usually kind of go, but no, I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a great ride. So I'm going to get some ride footage for just before this bit, and then we're going to go and see what other rides to go on. Hopefully the rides are all still as short as they were earlier. So it seems like the Smiler's stopped running, so we've put that to the side for a second. And we're going to go on Oblivion. I've just caught a bit of footage of it. Steph says she's never actually been all the way down to the hall. So we've just come down to have a look. And there's another carriage about to go off. So I'm going to get some super close-up footage of that. So as I said, we're heading off onto the Oblivion now. It is 60 meters high. It has a 68 mile an hour limit. It's 4.5 G-force. The track length's only 373 meters. It's a duration of 1 minute 15 seconds. And it's also got a capacity of 1,700 riders per hour with 16 people per train. It was manufactured, by Bolliger, is it? It's not an amazing coaster, to be fair, Oblivion. It pretty much takes you up to that, and I think it's one of the world's first vertical drops or something like that. And that is what it is. But interestingly, Steph always tells me, I don't know how true this is, but apparently the reason it goes underground is pure and simply because they couldn't get the planning permission to build it any higher. So instead what they did is they built it into the ground so that they could still get the height of the drop without it actually breaching the planning permission. So yeah, let's see what's Oblivion. Steph's just saying all this rock work that you see around here, well, a lot of it is apparently from what they dug out from the drop. So where it goes underground, that's where apparently a lot of these rocks came from.
This psychological state usually occurs when the moment of truth arrives. And it's there to...
The great thing about Oblivion, which I'm going to say now rather than saying it after, just to save time, the great thing about Oblivion is that there's very rarely a big queue on it. All the time we've come, Oblivion is always one of the shortest queue lines. And again, I think that's probably because it can get 1,700 riders out per hour at its top capacity. But again, I also think it's down to the fact that it's not most thrilling. There is always a queue, you never get straight on, but it's never a long queue. And I think the theming for Oblivion is very basic, but it's got as much theming as it needs. That is the only way of saying it. It has got enough theming, but it's not like the Smiler. The Smiler is absolutely themed through and through. As you saw the queue line, you saw the exit line, and the Smiler is compact with theming. The Oblivion, however, is very basic. It's got its video and a little bit of decoration, but not much more than it needs. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's themed quite well for what it is.
All ride positions offer a front seat view. For your own safety, follow the instructions given by
You won't do in a minute. I didn't make a sound, not a single sound. Very good, babe. Oblivion. It's an old day, but is it still a good day?
It's better now you dare come on with me.
As you've just seen, I got on-ride POV in the front row. That's the first POV I've ever done. I'm going to upload it to YouTube right now. I'm going to try and get a bit of footage of Smiler because it weren't running earlier, so I'm going to try and get that footage now. Not going to get it too long though because the day's ticking, want to get more rides. So if you have seen it, I'm going to stop going on about it because if you've seen it, I'll put it on where the ride is. If not, I'll put it on we ain't got any. If you've not seen it already, we ain't got any. So let's see how this goes. And then we'll see where else we're going. But that's this zone finished. So on to the next ride. And there we go, the Manor in all its glory. It is such a beautiful place. And you can actually go in parts of it, although most of it's shut. And obviously X is also inside. But this is what I'm saying, so up past there where you can see the October thing, usually as you come through the gate you can see straight up and the Manor is taking pride of position. And like I say, it's a shame that that's not there. But at the same point you've got to let them have these festivals and stuff, they attract people in and stuff. But it is always worth coming when you can see the Manor.
Why is that?
What?
Like loads of people walking down there.
I'm not doing very well with my stability today. Seem very wavy. Is X open, do you know?
No.
Still not open?
No. Not fair.
Just to show you inside here. Inside here, that's where you can get into the grounds and stuff. It's quite often closed for a actor type walk-through ride experience, especially during Scarefest. And just talking about Hex, which is here on the right hand side. It's a Vekoma Madhouse ride, and we were just saying this morning before we left to come to Alton Towers that we're quite lucky to have 2, because there's only 14 Vekoma Madhouse rides in the UK, in the world, sorry. I'm sharing that knowledge as if it's mine, but actually, of course, it's Stephanie's knowledge. But yeah, Hex. Again, not one of my favourite rides, but it's a ride that's worth going on while you're here. It's a good little ride. That's probably why there's only 14 in the world. CBeebies Land is up there, and that's not where we're going to be going, because we got coasters to ride. And it's raining again just in time for us to get into our favourite area of this park, which is the Dark Forest. Obviously down here we've got Nemesis, Th13teen and Rita, which you can see right in front of you. What?
I was going to say Nemesis and Daniel.
Is it not?
No.
What's down here?
13 and Rita now.
Sure there's another ride down here. Steph's just pointed out that Nemesis isn't down here, and I'm sure there's a third ride down here. Coaster riding in the rain. Hopefully be able to get a few more POVs. But there you go, there's Rita. I doubt I'll be able to get POV on Rita, but I'll try, just for you guys. And we were just looking at these clouds saying, oh how nice it is ever since we came out of Oblivion. And hoping the clouds are going the opposite way, but it seems that we're getting the edge of another part of that cloud. Hopefully it'll blow off. Like I said, it is due to start raining later on. And there ain't a lot of rainfall to come down, but it is that sort of rainfall that gets you wet through.
That wet rain.
That wet rain. And as I was saying the other day, the Rita is a hell of a lot like the one that we went to in Thorpe Park, which is called, Stephanie? Stealth. Rita's a little bit slower on the set off, but it is still a good ride. And I think there's more to Rita. It doesn't have that hill climb, but it has a lot more twists and turns and things. It lasts longer as a ride. But we're going straight past Rita, although it's got a very beautiful entrance. We're going straight past it and straight down to Stephanie's favourite ride, 13. If you go down to the woods today, I better not go alone. As if you've seen then, you've got Rita running around above your heads. Because this is the thing, it does run around. As you see there's 2 tracks where it runs around above your head, and it's coming again. There we go. But it's just not as fast as Stealth. Here we go, 13. I do love the entrance to theme 13. It's one of my favourite themed rides, to be fair. It goes through the woods, and then obviously from the famous advertisement, if you go down to the woods today, you better not go alone. And the bad thing about 13 is whenever we come to Alton Towers, I seem to have that song stuck in my head for weeks. And it right annoyed Steph. Every time. But yeah, so far we're doing good. 5-minute queues everywhere we've been on. What was Smiley at a 15-minute queue? Oh, I said that was 5 minutes. If it were 15, it really didn't last 15 minutes. And I feel very sorry for people that have bought fast tracks today, because there's a lot of people using fast track queues, and there were just really in any queues, which is a right shame for them. But I don't mind. So yeah, I'm going to turn the camera off now, because the walk through, the queue line for 13 is pretty much everything you've already seen. So I'm not going to bore you with it. Clamped out car there with trees growing on it. Beautiful. And then at the end of the woods, you've got the loading bay, loading station. And again, brilliantly themed. And it's nice to come into here because a minute ago, we were getting absolutely sodden wet through. If you go down to the woods today, inside this part, you get listen to the man.
In the dark forest mean we must not proceed any further. Investigations are underway and at haste. We apologize for the delay to the journey. We will keep you aware of our progress. Once again, disturbances mean we are unable to continue our journey at present.
So just in case you didn't hear that, there's basically disturbances, doing a bit of maintenance. And as I've said, I never complain about maintenance. I'd rather have to wait than die. But yeah, inside here, I don't know what happened to my camera then. Inside here you get electric shocks. You don't as a person, but you get the electric surging thing. And the music's usually playing, but the ride's down for maintenance at the minute. And we've decided that we're going to hold it out just purely because it's absolutely pissing it down outside. And we thought we'd rather wait in a dry queue line, because we're near front anyway, than wait in the rain. Can you hear the countdown of the music? Oh, I'm waiting for the electric and watch it not work. Watch it not occur. The electric usually comes after a countdown, so maybe it's not on. But we have put the sound back on, so that does mean, hopefully, very shortly, we'll be on the ride. It's only been about 15 minutes, and again, worth the wait. We're hiding out from the rain, so happy days. And we have moved further down the queue line, purely just because people leaving the queue. Don't go alone. I do like Th13. It is an awesome, awesome ride. And again, I'm going to try and get some POV. Shh, don't tell anybody. I'm gutted that I didn't get the electric for you. But yeah, it counts from 1 to 13, extremely slowly, in that whispery tone, scary, freaky tone, which matches the "If You Go Down to the Woods Today." And there you go, the lights have just dimmed back off. We are ready to go. And I'm just trying to film because there's still a bit more theming, like the man chained to the wall. So we're going to get to that in a second. And I may as well just pause it.
Entrance open the queue line, please. That's entrance open the queue line.
I've had a good time, and you got my camera. You still can't see the man that I wanted to show you. There you go, that's a queue line. Cold and wet and rainy.
Check it out.
Oh, there we go. I forgot about that. Yeah, it just seems to have slowed down. But then again, at least it's running. Down we go.
Are you the one saying this is short?
Oh, so we could pull us that rain. So there we go, that was Th13. It's 26 miles an hour, a G-force of 3.2. It has 1,400 riders per hour, and it lasts for 1 minute 40 seconds. The track length's 260 meters. Like I said, it's 20 meter high, 26 miles an hour. Do you know, it is just a fun ride. That's all I can say about Rita. It has its surprises. What do you think, Bubba?
Yeah, it's my favourite.
I said Rita, I meant 13.
It seems to be slower. I don't know whether it's just because I've got used to it.
It does, as you saw from the POV, we was right at the back seat. And you usually expect the back seat to be faster, and it just weren't. It's lost that little bit of a that little bit of a thrill. And I don't know if it's because we always go on it, and if we've got more time, we always aim back at 13. So maybe we're just getting used to it, but it really doesn't seem as fast as it used to. Not even on the back seats. So now we're going to have a look around and see what's occurring. It is still raining, despite how long it took us to get on that. Like I said, it was only like a 5-10 minute queue. We got straight into the cabin area, the loading station area. And from there you ain't got a long queue, but because of the rain, it weren't because of the rain that they shut it, because they opened it again during the rain, but they did put it down for maintenance. And I tried to record that for you, I don't know if it's on, but I do think it's really nice for even the maintenance announcement is themed. That is a really great touch. The walkway we're under, which we walked through earlier, is actually the walkway to Rita. We're going to come back to that later on, because the queue's 20 minutes, Wicker Man, Galactica is 5 minutes. And personally, I think they're better rides anyway, but we will try and come back to Rita later on. But chasing the shorter queues, we're also going to look for something to eat. No idea where we're going for that. Probably around the Oktoberfest area. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, let's travel about. Change of plan, we've just walked past Rita and realised there is no queue whatsoever. So the 20 minutes is obviously wrong, so we're going to walk back round, get back in the queue, hopefully get a bit of pop of that as well, but we'll see. And here we go to Rita. Rita has a 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. So, like I say, it is very much like Stealth that we saw, Pop It Don't Go Up. It has lots of rounds and stuff like that. I don't believe it's got any inversions or anything, not that I can remember. We'll talk about that all after, and I'll go through them stats again that we saw earlier. But again, the ride goes round you while you're in the queue line, which is a nice touch. And it has that bump, stomach drop bump, that Stealth has. And again, I don't think it's much of a bump. I can't say that with Rita because I didn't show you any footage of it. And I didn't show you any footage of it because there's no great angles to get great footage. And having been on it, I do think it was a lot better than I remember it being. Mainly because, like I say, it throws you around a lot more, it throws you up and down a lot more. I don't think you compare it to Stealth because although they've got different, the similar type of fast launch starts, they are different rides after that. Like I say, it goes round, it goes up and down. I was struggling to keep my head still. And I didn't get POV on it because I was told not to, so I didn't. But yeah, go through them stats again. I know we've already done Rita's stats earlier on in the video, but it opened in 2005. It's got a track length of 640 metres. It has a track height of 21 metres high. It's approximately 98 miles per hour. I don't know what that is in kilometres per hour. I don't know what it is in miles per hour, but like I say, it does 0 to 60 in 2.25. It has a G-force of 4.7, passengers per train 20, and it is one of them that you load on in a separate place where you load off. It pulls in, you load off, then as people are loading on, if you know what I mean, which helps move it a lot faster, and it is a good way to get more people on faster. And I was saying this to Steph about Smiler and stuff. They ought to do that more with them kinds of rides because there is space to do it. So it's just a shame they don't. What do you think about Rita, Bubba?
It's a fun little ride.
Would you rather have Rita or Stealth?
I don't know. I like Stealth because that was the first time I've been on it. But yeah, I enjoy Stealth. I think Rita's longer, but it's not as fast or high.
Not as fast or high. Yeah, it is. I don't think you can compare them like that because they are two different roller coasters. They just start in the same way, and it's not the only thing. Oblivion, literally, it drops, and that's the only thing it does. As with both Stealth and Rita, they both do other things, and they're not the same coaster. So we're going over to the Oktoberfest area, going to see what's occurring, get some food, and then bang down. We've got Rita to do, Galactica, and Nemesis. No, we ain't got Rita to do. We've got Wicker Man, Galactica, and Nemesis. And we'll be able to, because we only went on Nemesis in Fort Park 2 weeks ago, it'll be quite good to go back on Alton Towers and have a more timely comparison, because we haven't been to Alton Towers for well over a year, so it'd be nice to see. So here we go into Oktoberfest area, and unlike Scarefest so far, it does appear that Oktoberfest is just refined to this yard area, and Steph's very happy because she's just seen people drinking lager. Then again, I'm going to have to stop recording shortly because demonetization, even though I'm not monetized yet. But yeah, let's go and have a pop through Oktoberfest. If you've ever wondered what kind of beer Steph likes, any that comes in a glass that's that size. So yeah, we've just had a Brockhurst hot dog thing. Steph really liked hers. I weren't that keen. I will advise you though, because we did have cabbage on it as well. But I will advise you, if you're having one, because I did half mine with sweet chilli, over half with ketchup, and it was much nicer with sweet chilli. Got some wavers. Told you, it's for windy Mike. Even though it's not windy at the minute, we've got some more wavers. So yeah, now we're off to Wicker Man. Of course, Wicker Man's got a 10-minute queue and everything else has got 5. So I thought rather than walking down to Galactica past Wicker Man, we may as well just go on Wicker Man for the sake of 5-minute queue time. Pirate ship for the kiddies. It is lovely and quiet today. It's just a shame in the rain. But the beauty of this is we do have to leave an hour early today to get the kids. But it is nice that now we've got 3 roller coasters left to do. We're about to nail 1. So in 15 minutes time, hopefully, we'll have got 2 roller coasters left and about 3 more hours to go. So let's just see. Hopefully I'll be able to get a bit of footage on POV for Wicker Man. We'll have to see. Do you know what always amazes me? How many of these fair type rides there is at theme parks. Do you know, like the grab a duck and all that sort of stuff? I wouldn't think that they ever get that busy, but all these theme parks seem to have them. Parrot and a pirate.
Manor are like 3 days for a time.
A pirate that's catching bees. There is also the aquarium, because at Merlin, who own Fort Park and Alton Towers, also own Sea Life. So there is a bit of an aquarium within Alton Towers. And we've been in it before, and it is actually a really decent aquarium. I can see Wicker Man. Wicker Man's closed. Are we going down to Galactica and Nemesis? As long as it's not like an half an hour queue, I don't think queues really matter at this point, because there's no big queues knocking about today. But yeah, there are a lot of rides going down for maintenance and then opening back up again.
It's because of weather.
Like Steph, if you didn't hear Steph, it's because of the weather, and it is a really miserable, drizzly day today, although the sun is due to come out any time in the next hour. And it does keep peeking out every now and again, but there she goes, little Wicker Man. And the Wicker Man has only just reopened after there was some debris on the track. Apparently fell off somebody. I don't mean like an arm or leg. So it is good that it's back open, and even the welcome in is themed for the Wicker Man. Wicker Man's such a great ride. I do love it. Although it is wearing rides that I tend to get battered about on. And then over there you can see the Smiler and the Oblivion just over the trees. Cookies and cream waffle is absolutely to die for. So yeah, now we're heading down towards Galactica and Nemesis. And I would like to film this walk, but I'm eating, so see you down there.
Go to sleep. I don't know what the ghosts do before they go to sleep. I've forgotten. They read a fried time story. I know! They read a fried time story.
There you go. No, better than some talking headstones, tombstone things. But that is what this walk is. There's lots of little things like that. And it is a nice little addition for the walk. And just to the right of the walk, you have the gardens, which is another way you can get to Galactica and stuff. The gardens actually take you up to the manor. I know, that's what I showed. I'm showing me on the camera, not you. Jeez, screen, it's that side, idiot. It's that side. Yeah, so if you go down into the gardens, then you can come up to the manor, you come up to Wicker Man, or you can come out down at Galactica. And they are really nice gardens with ponds, lake in the middle. And they usually have cable carts that go over it, which is nice because that takes you from one side of the park to the other. Bit of a shame because I haven't seen them working for the last 2 times we came. Steph did correct me earlier, we did come in May. And I say it's a shame. Means we won't go on it anyway because Steph's scared her eyes, so she doesn't do cable carts. But yeah, it is a nice garden, monument and stuff. To be fair, the only time we've ever been down there is during Scarefest. Because Scarefest usually open until 7 PM. 9 PM. Is it? I thought it was 7. Yeah, it's usually open until 7. Mirror. Playing music. It's usually open until 9 during Scarefest. So then you've got a good 11 hours in the theme park, which is great. But, and yeah, as Steph said, it's usually the same price. But then you've got that time to have something to eat and go for a walk. But like I said, I think we've only ever done it once. And that was more to give me a break than anything else. Because I didn't used to like roller coasters that much, but I'm kind of getting angry at it, to be fair. I'm getting angry at it. And here we are down to the Nemesis. If I'm right in remembering, up to the left we've got Nemesis Subterra, which I weren't all that keen on, to be fair. It's a bit of a drop ride. So as I was telling you about the cable cars, you can't actually see them because of the lighting. The cable carts come in above me. The loading station's right there. And straight up this hill where we're going to head now is where Nemesis is. We've just been to the toilet, which is underneath the loading station. Let's get to the Nemesis. So here we go. This is the Nemesis Subterra, which we've already been on because, like I said, we came in May. And we actually came the year before and we saw it was really cool what we'd done. What is currently the waiting queue line, sorry. they'd opened that as a deck so you could see the Nemesis roller coaster being retracked. And since then, all this theming's gone up, Subterra's opened, and they've kept that walkway, which is like a scaffolding walkway, they've left that up. They've left that up, which is really cool, because that is now the queue line for Subterra. But Subterra is very much of a theatrical drop tower ride, to be fair. That's pretty much all it is. So now we're heading into Nemesis Containment Zone, and it is still absolutely howling it down, which is not fair because it's supposed to have stopped by now. Stephanie's not very happy.
Oh, like a drowned rat.
Don't know if you heard that, she looks like a drowned rat. But here we go, and the theming of Nemesis is just on point. And it always has been, but especially since they've retracked it, they've rethemed it. Well, not rethemed it, it's the same theme, but they've updated the theme. Look at the beast. And it's nice to see that it's still running. Queue time, 5 minutes. I'm not going to be able to get POV on this, I know I'm not, so I'm not even going to talk about it.
Allow civilians behind you to pass.
Bit of Nemesis track coming out of the ground. The turret facing at the Nemesis monster. And I don't know if I'm going to include the walk from the car park, but the walk to get in from the car park is just behind this fence, and you can actually see parts of the Nemesis as you're coming in. So as they're loading it, testing it in the morning on empty trains, or if you're a little bit later, you do actually get to see it going round as you're walking into the theme park. And by the sounds of it, a train's coming up. Again, it's just themed throughout with military objects like ammo boxes, radar signals, and that sort of stuff, which is really great as well, that you get to see over down onto the coaster. I do like the new version of Nemesis, the rebuild, I think the track's the same track, but the redesigned queue line. And I'm sorry about our footage, it's no track going to be on the lift hill. Yeah, I'm sorry about our footage, it's not the best, purely because it's raining. DNA resequencing. Oh dear. I know you can't hear it, but there is sound effects coming from the helicopter as well. And we do quite often have smoke effects coming out of the helicopter, but they aren't at the minute. There you go, it's letting off smoke again, just as I was telling you a second ago. I think the problem is because there's a bit of a breeze in air as well, it's taking it away quite quickly. On a still day, it does linger a little bit more and rise out of the helicopter. And it looks much better, but can't have it all. Look at that theming. Nemesis has been here since 1994 apparently, which is when I was born. Nemesis is older than me. How crazy is that? It's 30-year-old. Again, it's another Bolliger and Maribold roller coaster. It's 13 metre high, 31 metre drop. It's got a length of 716 metres and it's got a speed of 50 miles an hour. It's got four inversions. It's got a duration of 1.2 minutes, 1 minute 20 seconds, and it's got 1,200 riders per hour with G-force of 3.7. That's not right, it's a G-force of 3.5. Now, I know what Steph's going to say, and I'm going to completely agree with her. What do you think about Nemesis, Bubba?
Well, I think it's faster than the one at Fort Park.
There is a big debate about this. Fort Park or Alton Towers?
I'm going to Google it in a minute.
Which roller coaster is faster? And I can't remember the speed of the one at Fort Park, but there is no way on earth that it's faster than that. Sorry, but hands down for me, Alton Towers wins. What about you, Bubba?
Alton Towers.
Alton Towers is a bigger, better roller coaster. I'm sorry.
Not cold and wet.
I don't care what stats are. Alton Towers Nemesis is far better. Reborn all the way. I have got a major complaint though. We sat down, started going up the lift hill, because obviously it's one of them that you sit below. Starts going up lift hill, and there's like ledges on top. Because you're below it, there's a ledge, for the metal ledge where you join onto the coaster. We just started going up the lift hill, shitloads, and I mean shitloads of water came off top of that ledge. So although it's been raining all day and I'm a little bit wet, there's one part of it that's absolutely drenched, and that's my thighs. I didn't wee myself, Nemesis got me. New ride coming there, and I haven't actually looked into what it could be or what it is, so I have no idea. But now we're heading down to Galactica, which is literally right outside of Nemesis. And I am so wet, it's unbelievable. And I didn't feel that wet before that ride. It was just Nemesis. She drenched me. She got me all wet. Naughty girl. But yeah, here's Galactica. I think Galactica's had its day. And going back to Nemesis, there is a voiceover coming on telling you that actually it's raining, so it might not be the most comfortable experience. And do you know what? I think that was the best ride on Nemesis I've ever had in my life. It were a really great ride.
Might do a couple more. Mate, you can do whatever you want. Might do a couple more. That's what I think. Sure, Dad? I don't mind doing it.
That is Galactica. It is 20 metres high with a top speed of 47 miles per hour, a G-force of 3.5, track length at 840 metres, duration 1 minute 40 seconds with 2 inversions, 1,500 riders per hour, and I think it's been here since 2002. Obviously, we all know it used to be called Air. It was originally called Air. And I've got to tell you, I've only ever rode it twice, maybe 3 times. And both of them was, well, I think more than that, but on 2 or 3 separate occasions. And they're usually at Scarefest. I have to tell you, that ride is so much better at Scarefest. Now, I don't know what it was like for Air, because I was never here for Air. But as Galactica, when I first came, the queue split into 2. You could go to the side that has VR or the side without VR. And we did both. And like I say, it was Scarefest, so it was night even better. The VR headset, you put it on, you went through the ride, and as you looked around, it was proper 360 view. You flew through space. They don't do that now, it's just a ride. And I've got to say, it's not that much of a great ride in my opinion. It is a good ride, it's a good classic. It's now 22-year-old, if it opened in 2002. And it is a good classic ride. It doesn't feel very fast. As Steph said as we were getting off it, it does feel relaxing. And I think, but it's not that much of a thrill ride, if you know what I mean. It doesn't scare you, it doesn't throw you about. It is just a chilled out ride. What do you think, Baba?
Yeah, I like Galactica. It's nice and relaxing. You feel like you're flying.
And we do say as you're loading into a roller coaster at the end of the queue line, it does say prepare to fly out of space with Galactica. Something else.
It used to be called Air, which I think Air's better.
You think Air suits it? The
That's
names?
what I meant. Air suits it better.
There you go. Air suits it better, and I think that's right. You know, I think they branded it Galactica for that VR experience. I think that was the overall goal. But it's been a couple of years now since they stopped doing the VR. Like I say, it's got 2 different loading stations. They're still only using 1. It's kind of like they've given up on the ride, but there's no wrong with it, so they still run it. I don't know. It's not a bad coaster, but it's not up there. It's not a thrill coaster at all. And I do want to apologise for not getting that much ride footage. Like I said, bad weather. It's stopped raining again, but I've been focusing a lot on getting POV footage and trying to stay dry. We're just discussing whether we're going on Subterra or not. I personally think it's not worth sacrificing extra goods on coasters. Well, Steph's like, well, if there's no one on it. But I do want to show you the queue line, because again, the Nemesis theming continues all the way through the area, which again is weird about Galactica. 10 minutes. And this is what I was showing you earlier about the queue line, because it's on a platform. Now, when we came a while ago, this kind of staged platform went all the way out and over Nemesis. So I might actually pause up here and get some footage of Neme. Which, by the way, Steph has just looked, and they're both 50 mile an hour. Both at Fort Park and Alton Towers Nemesises. So there you go, both 50 mile an hour, but to me, the Alton Towers one definitely seems faster and better. But this is Subterra, and that's the end of the queue line there, look. But we've still got that stage platform. At the minute we're on bricks. But yeah, that stage platform continued down there. And as it continued down there, you could oversee the ride being built, which were really, really cool. Unfortunately, I weren't doing the channel then, so I didn't get any footage. There you go, back out of the queue line. So yeah, we're not going to go on it. Not wasting 10 minutes. If it were walk on, we'd have probably gone it. But there's a bit more theming there, look. And I do find it strange that the entrance for Nemesis, as you saw earlier, is round that corner. So to bang Nemesis Subterra outside of it, while at the same time, you've got the Galactica outside the Nemesis, it just feels like Galactica doesn't fit in there. It shouldn't be there. So now just a steady walk back for the Wicker Man. And we're also going to have a quick go on the ghost train while we're down here, if it's open. This area, as you can probably tell, has recently been redone and reopened. We're open before. Has it been opened? Has it been reopened?
What, this bit?
Yeah.
This bit right.
Oh, so it has been reopened. I don't sound like an idiot. I do that far too often on this channel. This is what I preferred. This is what I prefer to my true crime content, because I actually know facts about what I'm talking about. As I come to Alton Towers, Fort Park and Rita and Manor and all the other places, and I ain't got a clue what I'm talking about most of the time. Obviously I do a little bit of research and stuff, but yeah. And into this area where there is the curse of Alton Manor, which is right in front of us here, look. I went back to film that and Steph had absolutely no idea. Curse of Alton Manor is a fun little ride. And the thing I like about Alton Towers is they've always got actors like this chap, just knocking about, doing the thing, acting all casual. Curse of Alton Manor is a 5-minute queue time. And it's a good little ride. It's one of them where the carriages don't actually stop, you just step onto it, which you'll see in a minute. Nice little foggy woodland. essentially a ghost train, and again, this has been redone and revamped. There's a bit in it that makes me feel incredibly dizzy. In fact, I quite often close my eyes on it. Steph doesn't know that, but I do. No? I don't know. No. There's lots of things you don't know about Libba. Like Xboxes. The house tends to keep the redheads. Was she redhead? Yeah. Happy New Year. It's alright for September. Doing you alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Steph just saying how much she loves it, and I just about to say the exact same. I don't know if you can see that because it's too dark, but she did just fall low. Because the walkway in here isn't straight, it's bumpy and twisty and... It is a very dark ride, I'm afraid.
Phones, cameras, and torches. We hope you enjoyed your tour of Alton Manor. Please contact us if you're dying to make an offer.
So that was Haunted Manor, Curse of Alton Manor. And I did do a bit of POV, and I'll show you a bit, but I got caught, and he came over to Tanner and said, stop recording. So I did. So I might show you a little bit of footage, but I'm not going to show you all of it, because obviously, as far as I'm concerned, if someone actively tells me to stop recording, then I definitely will. So I got caught, and like I said, for that reason, I'm not going to show you all the footage I got. But we are now going up to the Runaway train, which is just in front of me. A little bit of river rapids, which is just what you need in the rain. I think I'd much rather go on it during the summer, to be fair. We are actually stood here waiting to get footage off the Runaway train, but I'm getting a little bit impatient, to be fair. Because we have been stood here for a good minute or two and it hadn't come past, but it were running before we got here, so let's see what occurs. And there we go, Runaway mine train. Steph never fails us, bless her. She's a good un. And despite all the times we've been to Alton Towers, we've never actually been on this. Hopefully I can get a bit of POV so I don't actually have to record it.
Please remain seated at all times, securing loose articles and keeping hands, arms, feet and legs inside the train. And now simply sit back, hold tight, and enjoy the ride.
Choo choo.
Happy birthday, choo choo! I'm not saying it to you, Rita. You said it 3 times. Choo choo. What goes behind this side? Really scared first. Gary's face. 3, 2, 1. Choo choo! Mr. Look.
Choo-choo. Yeah, that's got a bit of speed to it, hasn't it?
The most boring space ever. But like, you're really bored.
That bit really reminds me of Wicker Man. Yeah, I feel we get two.
Please! Go on, make it 2. 3, 2, 1.
Choo-choo. That is so cheesy. It's the way he says it. Choo-choo. And that was Runaway train. It were good fun. It was surprisingly fast, to be fair. Did you enjoy it, babe?
Yeah, we don't go on it very often, but we've been on it once.
It were good fun. The bit where it goes into the cave, you pick up some speed. It did remind, I think you probably heard me in the recording, but it did remind me of Wicker Man. So we're just now walking down a bit of riverside walking, making a very scenic walk. And it's quite nice, but we've never even walked down this part of Alton Towers before for some strange reason. Which is nice that we've come back this way, because it doesn't feel like we're going back and forth so much. It feels like we've walked around. The only roller coaster we are left with now is Wicker Man, which is one of my favourites. And back to the Mutiny area, where we will find Wicker Man. Just behind this shed. Sorry, but I just walked into you. Birdies! There we go. A beautiful, beautiful Wicker Man. 10 minutes, I think that says. I also like the Wicker Man merch as well. Back row, extra speed. So much for trying to keep my hands down, babe. Wow, that was good. although I do like the Wicker Man merch, that is my favourite thing about Wicker Man in the shop. Not the entire thing, because the wide is absolutely awesome. So that is the Wicker Man. It's 20 metres high, 44 mile per hour. It has 3 drops, 2 tunnels and 3 passes through the Wicker Man. It's 2,000 feet long. This time we rode on the back, and it's not the first time we've rode on the back, but we did ride on the back and it was super fast. I should have got the POV for you, so I hope you enjoy that. But yeah, every time you go on it, it just seems to get faster and faster. It really were the best experience on the bike. I think we've also rode that on the front before, but not today, obviously. It is an awesome ride. I don't know if I put it in one of, probably is up there in my top 5. It is a very decent roller coaster. I'm still getting over how fast that were compared to, obviously you perceive things at a certain speed, and especially that time it was just a lot faster. I don't know if it's because it back, I don't know if it's because of the day or what, but it was a great ride. We went on the Wicker Man again. We couldn't resist. The queue were like next to none. Something that is annoying me about the Wicker Man at the minute is they're not doing the... They usually get you to the front of the queue, then they'll let X amount in, and they'll actually count how many people they let in, and then they'll let you into like a pre-video, pre-show, and then you go into the final bit of the queue where they put you in your bays, or the pens as they call it on Wicker Man. But they're not doing that. Literally, the gate's open and you're walking straight into where you put your bags away and going straight to the door. The door's open, then they're cramming everyone into here, and then they load them into the line area, which is a bit disappointing really, because I mean, the first time I went on it, the door's open to let people into the last part of the queue line, and it took ages to get everyone out because there were that many people in there. I'm not saying it were over capacity, it weren't overly crowded, but it's just weird that they're not doing it properly. Whether it's because it's not that busy today or what, I don't know. But as we just got off for the second time, we could have literally gone straight back around the queue line and gone straight back into that area. But that's pretty much every ride we've been on today. We haven't really queued for anything, have we?
No, I think Galactica was probably the longest, and even that was about 10 minutes.
Yeah, Galactica, probably a 5-10 minute queue. It felt like longer because it was raining. But we haven't really queued on anything. The longest time we've spent waiting for a ride was 13 because it broke down. But we didn't mind that because it was raining, and if we'd have gone round to Rita, we'd have stood in rain waiting. So yeah, look at that. Look at that. That was the second time on Wicker Man today. And sorry, I've just got to show you as I walk. Yeah, for the 99th time I'm saying it, that was our second time on Wicker Man today. And like I said the first time, the back row is definitely faster. And I know theoretically it gets from the same place to the end place in the same amount of time. I don't personally understand the logic, but you can't tell me that the fourth row where we've just been sat is the same speed as the back row. The back row throws you around a hell of a lot more, and it were much more enjoyable at the back. Sorry I couldn't get any front row POV on that, but if we had another hour, I'd be pushing Steph to go on it again and trying to get that front row POV. And actually I let someone go through the final queue door before me, and she was sat on the first row. So if I hadn't let her go, I'd have been on first row. But such is life. Look at that beautiful manor. But it is indeed absolutely pissing it down once again at Alton Towers, which is about the 10th time today. Every time you just about get dry, it started raining again.
I was dry.
Steph was dry. To be fair, I was dry apart from my knee because of bloody Galactica. In fact, we're absolutely drenched, but it is dry now. But despite it only being 4 o'clock and the park's been open for over an hour, we have to go and fetch the children. So we're heading to Smiler because Steph's just found a little backpack she wants. So go and get her that. Although I'd rather get one that says all I'm doing is, but if she wants a Smiler one,
I want a Smiler one, thank you. And it's leather.
There it is, a leather Smiler bag. So we're going to get that and then go home. It's been an absolute brilliant day. Like I said, we ain't queued for anything. You can't complain more than that. Biggest complaint, which is always going to be a complaint at a theme park, is that I just put a bottle of Dr Pepper for £3.25.
Not as bad as me £8.50 on 2 cups of Coke.
Yeah, 2 cups of Coke, Drayton Manor, £8. No, that was Fort Park, weren't it? Fort Park, which I suppose is more expensive in every way. And it's owned by the same people. But yeah, it's been an absolute fantastic day at Alton Towers as always. We've never ever had a day where we've spent an hour queuing for rides. Sometimes you end up avoiding a ride because it's got half an hour queue and everything else has got 10 minutes. But as a rule of thumb, we always end up coming and never queuing for more than 15-20 minutes. We've had, again, another really good day. Despite the rain, the rides have been on point. It's been really fun. Have you had a good day, Baba?
I have, yes, thank you. Apart from getting wet.
And that probably wraps this video up. I've got a really bad habit for wrapping a video up and then coming back to it at a later point. But there's a good chance this will be the last video now until Scarefest at Alton Towers. Just because I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot on all I'm saying to do. I've got a lot to do with the pub. There's a lot of work to be done. So, from us, that's bye. And I might see you again in about another minute with a bit of footage. But if not, I'll see you real soon. Bye. I knew this would happen. Look at that. Blue skies. Absolutely rained all day. As soon as we've left, blue skies have come out. Ah well. And yeah, I ended up coming back to talk to you anyway. We ended up going on Smiler again because there was literally no queue. To the extent, as we were coming towards the end of the queue line, the bit where you go inside, a guy came out and says, "Come on guys, hurry up," because we were that desperate to get people onto the rides without sending empty carriages. That's how quiet the queue were for Smiler. So yeah, just no queues all day. And we didn't expect there to be because kids have gone back to school. Just a shame about the weather really, but it's still been a great day. All I'm saying is, I love you. Take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. And I'll see you real soon. Bye.